I welcome all the students of BBA to this orientation class of statistics. Okay, and my name is Dr. Shobhik Roy, and it is a matter of time whether I shall be taking your class in this particular semester or not. But for today, I am going to be your mentor in guide you through the domain of statistics. But before I start my today's session, I shall ask all of you, and it is a request to all of you to write your student, just first of all, listen to me very carefully. You are supposed to write your student ID in the chat box, because I have got, please mute yourself, student, please, it's a request. I shall ask all of you to write your student ID in the chat box, because your attendance, if you do not write your student ID in the chat box, that will invalidate your presence in the orientation program. So all of you just quickly write your student ID in the chat box. We cannot recognize by your names because all of you are new. I am also new to you. So I have to send this attendance to the authority, to your department, so that they can put the attendance beside you and they can see which particular students were present today, so that your consecutive classes can be taken smoothly. So student ID will help us to recognize you. So please kindly, I can see 60 participants here right now. So please write your student ID in the chat box and keep listening to me. I hope that I shall be able to generate interest in you. Okay, and you shall be enjoying my class. It is my expectation. So let's see what happens. Okay, so please write your student ID. Now please, you don't have to sit with pen and pencil and paper, because I'm not going to ask you any question. I'm not going to discuss any mathematics, nothing. I'm going to tell stories, and I'm going to maybe I may hear from you. But if I ask you something and if you want to share something with me, then what you can do is that you can unmute yourself then, and then you can ask questions, but not now, because this is not, first of all, let me tell my part of the story, and then I'm going to hear from you if the time permits. So I can see that the students are very good. BBA students are, I always like BBA students, they are great. Okay, because they are very diligent and they are very sincerely they have written all the student IDs over here, and I can see, and I'm going to save the chat first of all. Now it's okay. Those who have not written their student ID, please write quickly. Now, first of all, as you can see that I have shared a PDF file with you where you can see the Techno India logo, and the code name is given to be BBA-N-103. The session is 2021 odd semester, and the topic of today's class is orientation class. But I have also here marked this as class 0 because it is your 0th day. It is not the first day of the class because the class has not yet started. So I have intentionally marked it as 0, class 0. Please mute yourself, students. Please mute yourself. Otherwise, you will not be able to listen to me, hear me properly. Okay. And you see this. Yeah, okay, fine. Thank you. Introductory session, and the topics, your subject code is fundamental of statistics. Now, when I was asked to take the orientation class of BBA students, if this were the physical class, then it could have been much simpler for me to guide you through the domain of statistics. I could have done some experimentation with you in the class, because I like to do the experimentation, doing experimentations in the classroom, because it is a statistics class, and statistics is actually based upon lots of experimentations. But unfortunately, due to COVID-19 situation, we are all stuck at our home, and unfortunately this time I'm taking the class online. So both of us, means from my end, I shall cooperate with you, and you also should cooperate with me. to run the class smoothly. Now, before when I was asked to take the class, I thought how could I take the orientation class through online, and what would I discuss in the class? That is the main point, because if I start discussing mathematics and statistics from the 0th day, then you will leave the classroom immediately and you will not find any interest. If I were in your place, then I could have done the same thing. Okay, so to generate interest in you, I have done something. I have tried to make my presentation uh, in a funny way. You will get to see when I will scroll down further. But before that, my primary objective is to let you know what is the subject code you are going to learn in this particular semester. You remember, this is the subject code, BBA-N-103. BBA is your stream, N stands for new, and 103 means this is the serial number of the code. Okay, so I'm showing this, I'm putting emphasis on this particular code is because since you are new to the Technomain Salt Lake and you are going to get registered soon in Macaut, and after that, when examination time will come, you are going to fill up your form, and you are supposed to write code numbers over there. If you do any mistakes, then you will be in trouble, because mark sheets will not be generated. Say for example, if you miss capital N from here, and then if you write BBA 103, what will happen? Let me say that BBA 103 without N is the old code. So if when you will sit for the examination, you will given the old code question paper, and you are new student, but you will be treated as backlog student. So that will be a trouble for you. Okay, so whenever filling up the form, you have to write your code name very properly, and the subject name is fundamental of statistics. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Okay, so fundamental of statistics is the subject name. First of all, let me show you the syllabus, the structure of the syllabus. Let me show you how many modules are there in this particular course. This is the module 1 I have highlighted for you. First of all, we shall learn the introduction to the topic. It requires 2 lectures. Then we have collection, editing, and presentation of data, requires 3 lectures. And then frequency distributions requires 5 lectures. You don't have to copy anything, because everything there is available in the website. And if I take the class, or any other teacher takes the class, they will share the syllabus with you. Don't worry. Today, you just sit, relax, and just listen to me. Okay. And second is the module 2, which is the measure of central tendency, containing 7 lectures, measures of dispersion having 7 lectures, and moments and skewness and kurtosis having 3 lectures. Okay. After that you are going to learn here this module 3, correlation analysis, 6 lectures, and regression analysis, 4 lectures. Lastly, we have module 4, that is time series analysis, and this requires 3 lectures. So in total, you can see there are 4 modules. It may so happen that one single teacher is taking your class, or 2 teachers can share. So if 2 teachers share your class, then what will happen? 2 modules will be taken by one teacher and 2 modules will be taken by other teacher. I can discuss the examination process right now, but before that, if I start discussing these things, you will lose interest. So if I get time after I end my presentation of today's class, then I shall discuss the examination process. Okay, please mute yourself. Now, after seeing all these names like module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, I cannot see your faces because your videos are in switched off mode. Somebody is sleeping, somebody is eating, somebody is laughing, somebody is dancing. Okay, so it is happening on the other side of the domain, I know. But whatever you do right now, after seeing all these things, I can imagine your face. I can imagine what you are thinking. and maybe your face looks like this. Is statistics really necessary? And this is, you see, this is you, this is you, this is your face. I can read you, I can see, I can imagine your face like this. And you are asking this
Okay,
question
sir.
to yourself, is statistics really necessary? Or you are asking the question to me virtually, sir, is it really necessary to learn statistics for bachelor of business administration? And since it is your question to me, or question to yourself, or question to the Macaut, the question has been put in red color. And this is my answer. This is not your statement. My answer is, let's analyze whether it is indeed required or not. Okay. So let's analyze. Let's start our analyzing one after another. Now, students, you see, and after, when I was preparing this particular note, this particular presentation, then I was thinking, what would I say to you? If you ask me this question, is statistics really necessary? What would be my answer? Okay, and it would be much better and it will be liked by you if I can put forward a very practical situation to which we are victims. And nowadays we are victims of the situation of COVID-19, unfortunately. And you will be amazed to know that in the March, in this year March, when the lockdown started, before that, in the month of February, while I was taking the class in one of the streams of BTech, then we did this particular COVID-19 situation actually came into light. The newspapers were flooded with so many news of COVID-19. Wuhan has started COVID-19. There are some conspiracy theories are also there, and the students of a particular stream of BTech, CSE stream, we together solved a particular problem of hypothesis testing, which is very essential for in statistics, which will be there in the second semester course. You have also this particular course where we actually got to know that COVID-19 was going to be pandemic. The students of Techno India, they did the calculation in their classroom and they found that the COVID-19 situation was going to be pandemic, and it became pandemic. So you see, when I was thinking that what to present in front of you, I thought it would be much better if I start with COVID-19 situation itself. Okay, and let me guide you through why statistics is necessary by analyzing this COVID-19 situation. So let me start my analysis. Okay, carefully listen. Our current situation is this one, and that is you. You can say that that is me also. It is us. Okay, and we want to protect ourselves from COVID-19. These are the COVID-19. Suppose this is the virus and this is the statistics. Okay, you can treat statistics to be a virus. Don't treat statistics to be a virus. Statistics is going to help you to protect yourself from the virus. Okay, so this is our situation. We do not know what is coronavirus. Do you know what is coronavirus? Why is it called coronavirus? It is because every flu-like virus, its form is actually kind of thrown form. Thrown in a Latin word is called corona. So the influenza virus, and then SARS-1, then other Spanish flu, all virus where of their form, their structure was like thrown structure. And in Latin, the thrown is known as corona, and therefore this kind of virus is called coronavirus. And since this virus is the new type of this flu virus has emerged in this year in 2019, sorry, because it emerged in 2019 in the month of December in Wuhan. So they named it as COVID-19. CO for corona, VID for virus, VI for virus, and D for disease. So coronavirus disease, COVID, emerged in the year of 2019. We do not know whether it naturally emerged or it was artificially made, because there were lots of conspiracy theories. One conspiracy theory was about a book, The Eyes of Darkness. I downloaded the book and I read it, but there was no such thing like the book predicted that coronavirus would come into the picture. Okay, these were all conspiracies. Actually, we do not know what this virus is and how it came into the picture. Please mute yourself. And since it is our situation, we do not know what to believe and what not to believe. That is, there lies the problem. What to believe and what not to believe. I am actually sitting with a newspaper, but this newspaper is full of false statistics also. Okay, and there may be some kind of true statistics in newspaper, but we do not know which is true and which is false, what to believe and what not to believe. It is whether a particular news is politicized or not, we do not know that. Okay, so let me put forward an example, then the things will be clear to you. In the 11th of November, in the newspaper The Statesman, one news came into light. The headline of the news was India's recovery rate passed 83%, and recoveries outnumber active cases. Okay, fine. So we had to believe it. In the same newspaper, in 11th of November, there was another update about COVID, and it says that India records 7.64% active cases of total caseload, fatality rate at 1.5%. Now, the people read the newspaper, they discussed, they gossiped about it, they did many things. Somebody threw the newspaper out of the desk, and many things happened here and there. But when I saw the newspaper, because I'm a statistician, I do research in statistics. So when I saw this particular news in the newspaper, I put one question. One question was not one question which came to my mind and whose answer was not there in the newspaper is about what is the total case load on the basis of which 7.64% you are saying this is the active case. And here also, I do not know what is the, on the basis of how many data they have said that India's recovery rate is passing 83%. Because total number on the basis of which this statistics was done in the newspaper, we do not know it. So I didn't believe any of these particular statements because the entire scenario has not been put in front of us. Okay, this is just a headline. Some news were there, unnecessary lines were there, but these lines mathematically cannot be believed. Okay. So what was missing? What do you think it is? What is missing in the above information? The missing information was the data. And say for example, I have noted it down for you. India's recovery rate passed 83%. Question is on the basis of how many case loads the value 83% has been obtained. Question has been put in red mark. India records 7.64% of active cases of total caseloads. What is the total caseload? What is the total caseload? We don't know. So what do we need? We need data. And therefore, this particular person is asking his subordinate that get all the information you can. We'll think of we'll think of a use for it later. Get me the information. Okay, I am asking, this is me and this is you. I'm asking, get me the information. Then I'm going to do some kind of research on that. Okay. So, and after that, we need to organize our data. Once we collect our data, what we do, we organize this data. We tabulate the data, we write the data in a proper structure and as per our requirement. Because the data, if this data is in bulk, see the picture carefully, all the data has been put in bulk, and the bulk data cannot be analyzed if you don't make it in form of a chart. Okay, so therefore, only when an organized data can be analyzed properly. So after collection of data, we need to organize it. First of all, so there are three important cases. First of all, we have to collect the data. Then we have to make a chart on the data, and we have to make the graph of the data. So if these things are there, then we can analyze it. All these will be discussed in module 1 of your syllabus. Module 1 is the basis of all this. In the module 1 of this syllabus, you are going to learn all about all these things: how to collect data, how to make a chart, how to draw the graph. Now the student, these are the two students. This is one student who is least interested about stat, and he's looking here and there, and that is you, who is more vocal. So the student 1 is this one and student 2 is this one. Okay, you imagine yourself in place of them. Now student 1 is asking, okay, we have collected data, made a chart and drew figures. Now what? Now what? That is the question. Now teacher is saying that now you have to analyze. So what is the process of analyze? Teacher is saying go to module 2 of your syllabus and learn how to mathematically analyze it. Student 1 is very impatient. He said, how sir, please tell us how to analyze. Teacher is asking, you will find what is the average recovery rate in our country from the data collected, how the distribution is scattered around the average. Okay, how two things are correlated with one another. All these things fall into the category of analysis, and therefore in this way you can learn all these things about analysis in module 2. So module 2, measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion, movement, skewness, they actually analyze things. They help to analyze things. So module 2 actually comes after module 1. If module 1 is not learned properly, there is no need in learning module 2 because you will not be able to understand. Okay, now your headache has started. Already your headache has started. Student 2, now this unfortunate student who was sitting, his headache has started and he's saying, you are being too technical, just say how to learn it. Okay, so the teacher is saying you will get to know all these in module 2. Now today is the orientation class. How can I discuss all these things in a single class? So let's just let the class begin, and when the teacher will discuss module 2, you will get to know everything about it. Student 3 says, there is another student who is not in the picture. You can imagine yourself in place of that student also, and he is saying, sir, how can we compare two sets of data? Now the teacher is thinking that student 1 was impatient, student 2 was least bothered, but maybe student 3 is a kind of interested one, so he wants to know more. So the teacher is putting a graph in front of the student, and he's showing the students that these are the pictures of different states of our country. The total case load over there, new cases are there, total recoveries are there, deaths are there. Okay, so you are scratching your head. So yeah, we have lots of data in front of us, total positive cases, new cases, total recoveries, deaths, etc., etc. Then what, sir? How can we do it? How can I analyze it? Please explain. Now teacher is saying that, okay, to compare this data, if you have various data on the basis of the states are same. You see Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, West Bengal, Odisha, Telangana, Bihar, the states are same. With respect to the states, different columns have been generated. Total positive cases in the state, new cases in the state, total recoveries in the states. Yeah, very good. So this the student who actually helped me to listen to the music, he is student 4. Okay, so he is dancing by seeing all this data. He has by looking at all this data, he has gone crazy. So he has started dancing, and he also helped us listen to the music. I enjoyed it. Thank you so much. This is actually expected, quite expected. I'm happy with you. Now when the teacher, because what I was discussing, this is the student who actually started dancing. Okay, so so after this the teacher is saying, okay, to compare this data we need a statistical tool named correlation, and this tool will be you are going to learn in module 3. So module 3, if you can remember, the correlation was there, regression was there, everything was there. You are going to learn it. And the last question is the COVID-19, has the COVID-19 affected our agriculture, our production? Yeah, one student, Pratik Dotto, has said he has got damn mad, sir. Yeah, Pratik, he has got not gone mad. He is actually quite excited about seeing all this. Okay, now somebody has raised his hand. If you want to ask me anything later, because the session is going to end soon, let me present the syllabus in front of you. Let me finish it, and then we shall rejoin, and then you can ask me question. I'm going to give you the answers. The last question is the containing COVID-19 impacts on Indian agriculture. Okay, so obviously student 3 is asking, has COVID affected our agriculture? The teacher is saying definitely, because production has become poor. In the month of May, March, April, May, June, we couldn't, there was less production. People couldn't buy things. The poorer sections of the community, they were the victims. They were actually the victims who suffered much because of this. So student says, how did it affect, sir? Because the production deteriorated. Student 3 is saying, sir, will it remain so, sir, next year? Depends. Depends. If the situation improves, then the thing will not be so. So the question is, if the COVID situation can be eradicated by some way or another, then the situation may improve. Now the COVID is eradicated. The student is asking, sir, if the COVID is eradicated, then will the production increase? Now, this is the question of analysis. Now, after getting all such questions, the teacher, I myself is getting a bit anxious, and this is my face, you know, inside me, this is happening. You are asking lots of questions, you are dancing, you are doing this kind of things. Okay, this is my ultimate reply to you. Yes, we can study that too in time series analysis. You can find that in module 4. So you see, the entire module 1 from module 4, this is actually all these things have been actually put forward in front of you in terms of this particular COVID-19 situation. Don't worry, students, you are going to get this particular presentation. I'm going to send it to Shubho sir, and he is going to forward it to you. If I can upload this particular presentation or video to in the YouTube, then I'm also going to share the link so that you can go through the video, this particular orientation session again and again. Okay, so therefore this completes my presentation of the orientation of statistics, which you are going to learn in this particular session, odd session, that is in the course curriculum of BBA-N-103. So with this, I conclude my presentation with a namaste, because namaste is the new normal, you know. Class is going to end. If you after this session ends, you again rejoin. Then you can put forward your questions, and I'm going to give you the answer. Okay. So this much for today. After this, you join once again. Okay. So I shall be there to answer your queries. Just a minute, the session is going to end soon, and then you rejoin. Why isn't it ending? Because it doesn't want to end. Because, okay, this,